Good morning, Cullman. Thank you for joining us on Cullman Today. I'm your host, Christine Wiggins, and today is Wednesday, July 16th. Coming up on Cullman Today, Myrex and Hollingsworth likely headed to a runoff August 12th. A summer STEM camp at East Elementary gets a special visitor, and Cullman City Council honors guests. All of this plus sports, weather, and more. Now let's take a closer look at the top stories happening in Cullman today. Republicans Cindy Myrex and Clint Hollingsworth are likely headed for a runoff, as neither topped 50% of the vote in the Tuesday, July 15th primary for District 12. With 28 of 29 boxes reporting, the primary results have Cindy Myrex at 49.81%, Clint Hollingsworth at 43.24%, and Heather Doyle and Dan McWhorter both with under 4%. Provisional ballots in Box 29 will be counted Tuesday, July 22nd. Myrex would need 14 of the 20 to avert the runoff. If she does not, the Republican runoff for the seat previously held by Representative Corey Harbison of Good Hope will take place Tuesday, August 12th. The winner will face Democrat Matthew Glover in the special general election on Tuesday, October 28th of this year. Students at local summer camp got a visit from Governor Ivey during National Learning Week, highlighting Cullman City Schools' efforts to expand summer learning and out-of-school programs. Annabelle House has more on the story.
On Tuesday, July 15th, Alabama Governor Kay Ivey paid a special visit to East Elementary School, celebrating the success of its second-year summer STEM camp. Governor Ivey praised the collaborative efforts behind the camp, calling it a shining example of what's possible when schools, cities, and the state work together to prepare students for the future.
Learning doesn't stop in the summer. Learning keeps going, and we want our students to stay abreast of everything and have experiences during the summer that they don't get, during the regular school year. So it's important to give these students that opportunity.
The camp currently serves around 175 students and is growing in demand. Developed in partnership with the Alabama Department of Education's Office of Extended Learning, the program emphasizes hands-on learning, creativity, and the real-world application of STEM concepts. Small group settings and personalized instruction helps close learning gaps and spark students' interest in science and technology. This year's camp also marks the one-year anniversary of the Office of Extended Learning, which supports programs like this across the state. It's part of a broader effort to promote student engagement and prepare young learners for future careers, especially in high-demand fields across North Alabama. A significant funding boost further underscored the state's commitment to summer learning. Alabama's summer and after-school program grant increased from just over $2.5 million to $17.2 million this year, funding 72 grants statewide. While federal funding for out-of-school programs is currently on hold, Governor Ivey emphasized that the state is stepping up to ensure continuity, monitoring the situation closely, and prioritizing wise, effective spending.
State funding is already being provided in some measure. At the same time, we are monitoring frozen money very closely, and certainly we support the President Trump's effort to streamline and cut costs. At the same time, we want to assure the taxpayers that every dollar is being spent wisely.
The visit coincides with National Summer Learning Week. Governor Ivey's stop in Cullman highlighted how summer programs like this one are laying the groundwork for Alabama's future workforce. This has been Annabelle House with Cullman Today.
The Cullman City Council worked through a full agenda while welcoming a large group of guests to City Hall on Monday evening. In attendance, longtime Cullman developer and businessman Roy Drinkard was recognized for the recent celebration of his 105th birthday. Councilman Brad Smith read a letter from the state appointing Cullman Fire Chief Darren Peoples to the Alabama Homeland Security Task Force, effective immediately and until November of 2026. Councilman Johnny Cook delivered a resolution honoring the members and coaches of East Elementary School's NASP archery team for multiple first-place finishes and other high placements at the state level in 2025. Council President Jenny Folsom delivered the city's quarterly financial report, noting that the general fund balance currently contains an 8th-month reserve of funds, the highest amount in 20 years. Folsom also reported that Cullman's most recent employment numbers show 2.5% unemployment compared to 3.3% at the state level and 4.2% at the national level. The council approved a special event permit request from Friends of the Public Libraries of Cullman County. The council approved certifications of election for 3 officials who qualified unopposed for the upcoming August 26 municipal election: Woody Jacobs for the office of mayor, Paul Schaefer for Cullman City Council Place 4, and David Wiggins for Cullman City School Board Place 2. The council was also approved multiple resolutions, including change orders for the Omniplex Civic Center, a bid award for the city's wastewater treatment plant, contracts for school resource officers to city schools, and an application for community development block grant funding. Following an approved change of schedule, the Cullman City Council will meet next on Thursday, July 24th at 1 p.m. in the Cullman City Hall auditorium. The public is invited to attend. And those are the top stories in Cullman today. Coming up, Wallace State's Luke Fernandez is selected by Cleveland in 16th round of MLB draft. Sports is next. Welcome back. In today's sports segment, let's take a look at one local baseball standout taking the next step in his athletic career. This year's MLB draft continued Monday night, and Wallace State pitcher Luke Fernandez heard his name called by the Cleveland Guardians in the 16th round. The sophomore put together an incredible season for the Lions, earning ACCC Pitcher of the Year honors. He struck out the second most batters in the nation with 127 and posted a nation-leading 1.34 ERA. Fernandez also finished the season with 6 complete games and 4 shutouts. He finished the season with an 8-2 record across 80 2/3 innings pitched. Wallace State head coach Randy Putman said that Fernandez is the most complete pitcher he's ever coached and the most dominant pitcher the Alabama JUCO system has ever had. Lions assistant baseball coach Daniel Howard said that he has consistently been impressed by Luke's talent, discipline, and leadership, both on and off the field. Howard said that Luke's command of the mound is matched by his unrelenting work ethic and commitment to excellence. Fernandez led the nation in strikeouts per 9 innings at 14.17 and had 8 different appearances when he struck out over 10 batters. In his 2 seasons at Wallace State, Fernandez has accumulated a career ERA of 2.99 over 165 2/3 innings. He finished with 227 strikeouts and a 10-6 record in 28 total appearances. He has been named the ACCC Pitcher of the Year each of the last 2 seasons and first team All-ACCC twice as well. And that wraps up sports for today. After the break, a North Alabama heat advisory is in effect. Cullman Caring for Kids mourns the loss of Fred Hale. And the Cullman Police Department has a heated competition with seniors. And the Miss Senior Cullman County Pageant is accepting entry forms. Welcome back. Now it's time to speed things up with a news rundown. 4 stories in under 4 minutes. The National Weather Service in Huntsville has issued a heat advisory today from 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. for northwest and north central Alabama, including Cullman. Afternoon heat indices could reach as high as 109 degrees. Please practice heat safety by staying hydrated, limiting strenuous activities outdoors, wearing lightweight, light-colored clothing, and using your AC if you have it. Cullman Caring for Kids, a local nonprofit and food bank, is mourning the loss of beloved co-worker and friend Fred Hale. According to the Cullman Caring for Kids Facebook page, Hale dedicated 14 years of his life to serving others through his work at Cullman Caring for Kids, always ready with a smile and willing hands to help anyone in need. The post went on to say that Hale's mission was making sure families were fed and cared for through the food bank, and he lived it out every single day. The Cullman Police Department, Cullman City Council members, and representatives from the Cullman Municipal Court spent time playing cornhole baseball yesterday with community members at the Cullman Senior Center. CPD said there was plenty of friendly smack talk, big smiles, and even bigger laughs, and commented that they were thankful to have been invited to spend time with those who laid the foundation for our community. Entry forms are now being accepted for the 2025 Miss Senior Cullman County Pageant to be held on November 8th at Fairview High School Auditorium. The contestants will compete in fun fashion, interview, activewear, evening gown, and an onstage question. The pageant has two divisions, Miss Senior Cullman County for ages 60 through 69 and Miss Super Senior Cullman County for ages 70 through 79. Entry fee is $85, which includes headshots for the program, a contestant t-shirt, and 2 tickets for supporters. The entry form can be accessed on the Miss Senior Cullman County Pageant Facebook page. Forms and payment should be mailed to P.O. Box 1706, Cullman, Alabama 35056. And that's your 4 stories in under 4 minutes. Now for a quick break before we look at your weather ahead and pay our respects with obituaries. I'll be right back after this message. Let's take a moment to pause and remember those who have lost their lives this week. Donna Gay Creel passed away on July 11th at age 84. A visitation with the family is scheduled for Thursday, July 17th from 5:30 to 7 p.m. at Holly Pond Funeral Home. A short service will follow at 7 p.m. The family is having a private burial. Hector Sergio Ortiz Garza, 52 of Cullman, passed away on Saturday, July 12th. A visitation will be held on Thursday, July 17th from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. in the chapel of Moss Service Funeral Home with rosary beginning at 6 p.m. Joy Lucille Garner, age 87, of Horton, passed away on Friday, July 11th. A visitation will be held Thursday, July 17th from 12 to 1 p.m. at Moss Service Funeral Home, followed by a celebration of life from 1 to 2 p.m. She will be transported to Stump Funeral Home in Grantsville, West Virginia, and laid to rest in Nobe Cemetery in Big Springs, West Virginia. Talmadge Anthony Townsend, age 66 of Vinemont, passed away July 12th. No services are planned at this time. Our thoughts and prayers go out to their friends and families. Now let's take a look at your weather forecast. Today we'll see sunny skies with a high near 93, heat index values as high as 101. There's a slight chance of showers and thunderstorms in the afternoon. Tonight will be partly cloudy with a low around 73. Thursday mostly sunny with a high near 91, and Thursday night partly cloudy with a low around 72. And that wraps up today's edition of Cullman Today. Thank you for sharing your morning with us. And remember to stay connected by following us on social media and visiting Cullman Tribune for the latest from our community. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. I'm Christine Wiggins with Cullman Today. Have a wonderful day, Cullman.